So, hey, Eric Stromquist and Ken Smyers, we're here with the guy who made all this happen. Probably
no, there was a team.
There's a team. We're here with the guy that's on a team that made all this happen, and this is one of the great things about Vegas. You never know when a beautiful woman's going to walk in front of your camera. We'll let any beautiful women can walk in front of the camera. Any guys? Going to be trouble. We're talking to Jim Young from RealComm IBcom. Jim, this is our second conference. We're totally blown away.
So did it meet expectations?
Exceeded expectations. I mean, you know, Kenny used the term earlier, shock and awe.
Well, yeah,
in a very positive
way. Well, it's funny because so the journey on these conferences start in January, right? And so in January, February, March, I'm on the phone 16 hours a day, nonstop, hearing all this stuff, and I want to call each one and every one of you and tell you about it. It's like, that's not possible, right? There's just not enough hours in a day. So I know what's coming, and I'll talk to you. So you won't believe it, and I said, the only way you're going to know is to come. And just in the room that just emptied out with that showcase, when that bell rang, they said it was over, I'd only gotten to 2 people, and I wanted to get to 6. There were so many smart people in the room.
It is. It's like getting hit with a fire hydrant, you know?
Yeah, and I kind of know what's going on, and I get hit with a fire hydrant. I can't imagine if somebody comes in new, you know, that it might be a little overwhelming.
So, you know, Jim's kind of a modest guy. He won't say this, but Kenny and I will say it. I mean, you have to come to RealComm IBcom if you're doing anything in the automation controls business or the real estate business. I mean, it is totally the deal. Hi, sir. Welcome to the show. It is totally the deal. And so, listen, last year we met you the first time. We were blown with our first show. The message then, and I think it's been going on for a while, was the need for a master systems integrator. We've been trying to define that and create that because, as you told us, and we found it to be true, the demand far exceeds the supply of qualified people, primarily because the requirements have changed. Speak a bit about that if you will.
All right, so a couple major themes coming out. And the master systems integrator one has to continue because it's not just one building, one control system, one application. It's multiple applications in a building, in a portfolio, on a network, doing all sorts of things with analytics and data and you know, networks. So it's gotten very complex. IT is definitely getting overlaid on top of it. Right? So imagine I have 100 buildings around the world, and I say I want you to network all of them, converge all the systems. I want it back to a central repository. How many people out there could deliver that? Right? I mean, that's a pretty complex. So it's a combination of good old-fashioned controls and IT. I also have to understand the business side. Do I have a guy in LA? Do I have a guy in New York? So you're going to see small organizations start to merge, and you're going to see bigger organizations with Dell at the conference looking at the space, right? So if I say I have my buildings around the world, who's capable of doing that, right? So it's pretty complex. So that master systems integrator, whether you're small, medium, or large, you've got to understand that it's getting more complex, and that if you're just interested in doing one building, one control time, fine. But if you want this new opportunity, you've got to understand where this thing's going, right? The other major trend is we're getting scared now that the rest of the world's really buying into this. We have enough qualified people. So we got to get all these people. We invited integrators to this conference in a big way. We had a little meeting. We thought 50 to 75 people would show up. 100, we had to shut it down. There was not a seat in that room. And they were just taking it all in. Google, Cisco, Microsoft, Intel show up, bookmarked with Yardi and Tritium at the general session. The collaboration that happened on that stage and the partnerships that are probably going to evolve from those discussions. This time next year, the industry is going to look all different.
Well, I got a compliment you, Jim. We met you in San Diego earlier in the year. We sat down, we had a cup of coffee, and you said 2014 is going to be a pivotal year. I'm not going to tell you how yet.
Well, because I didn't know. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not that smart, right? So I see the stuff, I see the pieces moving. I know they're big. I know but I don't really know what it's going to look like. I know it's going to be different.
I don't think anybody does right now. But we were in that systems integrator thing that you put on. It was the first one you ever did, and it was a combination of people that really sort of meet the master systems integrator spec, if you will, as well as he had property owners, people that have huge portfolios of real estate, talking about what they need and what they look for.
Yeah, that was great. I like that. That's the best part because they're connecting. What do I need to do to get your business? Will you take my call? You know, what expectations? And you know what? A lot of times in the sales environment, that never happens. Everybody's on guard, right? This is an opportunity for people to say, we're all in this together. I will buy your products, but you got to present it to me this way. You got to be this smart.
Well, yeah, that was one of the things that Daryl Smith said. We heard over and over again is we want you to come in and educate us. We got ideas about what we think we want, and if you got a better idea, you need to tell us. So that was a
because the innovation is coming out of the vendors, no doubt, on the solution providers, no doubt.
And speaking of vendors, I mean, you mentioned about a second ago, we had a few new people show up this year. Talk about some of the people that are here.
Tenants is up, exhibit halls up, people you never, like I said, Dell was here, Intel was here, all sorts of new software platforms, software solutions. Ericsson has got a new small dot. So they're coming in and saying, oh, we just realized that 70% of all cell phone calls happen inside buildings. We built this whole infrastructure and people are using it more inside, and we've got nothing inside, so they developed a product called dot something, I forgot the exact name. But it's a small cell that you velcro onto the wall, you backhaul off to the enterprise network, so you create many small cell networks in here, and then you go out the broadband network. It takes pressure off the out network. You walk out of the mall, right, and then you perfectly synchronize with the indoor network and the outdoor. Are they ever going to say we should put some building automation controls in there? I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea. It was an amazing presentation. The case studies, the Shanghai Tower. I mean, we had 35, I think, case studies here. Just amazing testaments to taking technologies here. People need to accept the adoption. But what I thought was the cool stuff. I mean, the new technology, the drone, for instance, was amazing. We got to meet
the robots. The robots
that can now come in and do an entire interior survey. While everybody's sleeping in bed, the robot works and presents the data to you the next morning.
What they do is the robot, while the office is quiet, the robot goes around using LiDAR technology, measures it. Wow. So many landlords and people don't even know the size of their office. And in the morning, you've got a 3D plan.
Unbelievable. So that's why I think this show is so incredibly important. So if you're in the business, to be able to come into one place and get all this information, just this 2.5 days of pure networking, pure.
It's insane. I mean, the relationships, the meetings that were going on. I mean, we probably compressed 5 years of business relationships into 2 days. And what that means is they'll happen faster.
Well, and I just want to the prediction you made about how the IT would join the building space. And you have Yardi buying Interlines. Is that perfect? Something you predicted again?
Yep.
It showed up. It was another one of your checkmarks off the predictions.
Yeah. 12 years, 14 years ago. Yeah, we knew that this was heading in this direction.
And Jim, it's almost prophetic because I mean, it's like you see these things and you put this amazing event together. And like you said, it's almost like you set the stage for all these people to come together and collaborate. I think you made a statement that you're not going to do it by yourself.
Yeah, well, gosh. No.
In terms of a vendor or whatever.
But it's I mean, you break it down, it's really kind of simple. I came from the IT world, right? So I sold mini computers, and I was there when mini computers died and the PC networks began. Right? So I was literally selling the last mini computer and installing a NIC card with rubber bands, okay? And it was smoking. So I was right smack in the middle of that paradigm. And all you got to do is say, is that going to happen here? And the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so to me, all I said, it happened in that industry, it's going to happen in ours. And then you just start saying, okay, who's got to be involved? End users, suppliers, owners, integrators, manufacturers, and we just need to get all those people together, and that was the whole purpose.
And I think that's what makes RealComm IBcon such an incredible event, because you got the technology here, so you got the people that can provide the services, provide the products, but you also have customers here too. I mean, I don't know any other
30, 40 billion square feet, I don't know. We had stadiums, we had office buildings, labs, portfolios, corporate campuses. It was cities, Jim Waring.
How are you going to just, this thing just keeps getting better and better. What's next up on the horizon?
Well, obviously we'll start planning for next year, like next week, but we've got an event coming up in the fall, Cortec. That stands for Corporate Real Estate Technology, and that event is a little smaller, a little more intimate, and it's designed for the corporate real estate folks. So all the big brands, Bank of America's has been an advisor. Google said they're going to be helping out this year. Microsoft. So we get all the corporate people, real estate facilities people together, split it in half. Half the time we spend on talking about smart buildings and campuses. The other half is in all the information management systems to run those portfolios. And last year we had 300 people at Microsoft that had to close it down because it wasn't enough room. This year we're holding it at Sprint's corporate headquarters in Kansas City, and so that's in the fall, and then just a whole bunch of stuff in between. So it's busy, and just it's to me the best part about this is looking around the room and seeing people you've been on a journey with for 15 years, and then seeing the new guys entering the community, and they're all having fun and collaborating. And that's the best part. That's the best part.
You perform a very important function for the industry. You don't have to get appreciation told very much. I tell you, we appreciate what you do, and I think the industry does, and I think the business people, because there's so much business being generated.
Again, the deals, I saw deals happen everywhere. And we always said, come here, integrators, suppliers, because These guys got checkbooks. As long as you can prove to them that you are legitimate and you're in for the long haul and you got a good idea, they want your innovation. And we've seen deals happen over the last 2 days.
There's no place like it. So RealComm IBcon, you got to check it out. Check out the best. Get information on core technology. It's probably just realcomm.com. Right?
RealComm.com. It'll be up there probably next Monday. All the details. If it's not out there already.
Well, here, Jim Young, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.